Hello, today I'm going to show you a hip flexor and erectus femoris stretch for those people that have a hard time actually kneeling on their knees. Maybe they have tender knees, maybe you're recovering from some kind of knee surgery or something like that. And so kneeling on the knees is hard, and so stretching out your hip flexors is kind of difficult. So we don't need a fancy stretching strap like I have here with all the different loops, but like a yoga strap, a rope, a belt, kind of anything will do. It's just these are kind of nice because they're really easy to loop around the feet, all right? And then we need some sort of like a bench or a bed or a side of the couch or something along those lines, okay, so that we can lay down. So I've got it looped around my left foot and ankle, and I'm laying on my back. I have the left leg hanging off the side of the bench so that I can get some extension here in the hip. And then I got that strap coming up so that I can wrap it over the top of my left shoulder. Even if it's comfortable, you can go across to the other side of my head so that it goes across the middle of my back and across my right shoulder, but the left shoulder is perfectly fine. And then that way you can hang on to it with your hands, and then you can pull yourself in to that stretched position. So you want to try to keep your low abs on here so that you don't arch your low back. This is about getting the hip stretched out. So we want to try to keep that tuck under this way while we're pulling with the rope a little bit there. And basically what I do is I kind of try to work into the stretch, and then I'll pull, and I'll just take like a little bit of more stretch, and I'll hold the slack, and I'll kind of hold it there and take a few breaths and relax into the stretch, and I'll work a little bit farther into it, a little bit farther into it, until I get to the deepest point that I can actually hold the stretch. Okay, and so holding that stretch, breathing all the way in, all the way out, keeping that tension on the strap a little bit with your hands so that you get a good stretch through the front of the hip, the rectus femoris, which most people are really tight in from sitting all the time. And then, like I said, keep those low abs on so that you don't overarch your back. Hold it for 30 seconds to a minute, something like that, and then relax that side, and then you can switch over to the other side and do the other side. But it's a really great way to get a stretch into your hip flexors and the rectus femoris if your knees are too tender to be kneeling on your knees or anything like that. All right, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Make sure to hit the subscribe and like button, and I look forward to seeing all of you in the next video. Have a happy and healthy hip stretching kind of day.